Hey, welcome back to the podcast, Coach Gabe.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
For anyone who doesn't know you, who do you say you are?
Man, I would say I'm a father, husband, coach, man of God, and I would say mentor, um, and just someone that loves his community and wants to do right by people.
And who do you have with you today?
I got my son, Clayton Jackson. He's a strong student, a multi-sport athlete, and someone that wants to do something at the next level, whether that be football, baseball, or both. But I'll let him tell you that.
Okay. And Clay, if you don't mind, I'll ask you the same question. For anyone who doesn't know you, who do you say you are?
Um, I'm a good student. I'm a talker. Uh, I'm a strong athlete, and I'm a leader in pretty much everything I do.
Awesome. You excited about the school year coming back? Football
Not
season?
really, but I mean, school is school, and I mean, once we get through school, it's kind of smooth sailing. So,
Nice. Is there anything you're looking forward to, like getting back to see your friends, getting back on the team, things like that, like new teachers, new courses, or is just
probably get back to see my friends because it's
got
like there's some kids that I don't see now that I'll see a lot. But yeah,
Gotcha. So how's California been for you, Gabe? Like how's the weather been treating you guys? We've had some triple digit days out here in Georgia.
Oh well, they must have. It, we haven't had any triple digit days this summer. Actually, maybe one. And this is, I mean, we just today's August 1st, and typically July and August is just blistering heat. I mean, sometimes we have weather that's comparable to Las Vegas or Phoenix, Arizona, and we haven't had that. It's been more of a spring type weather season this summer. So I'm grateful for that. I know the kids are grateful for that. We just started football. We just had our second week of padded practices, and so we practice in the evening on purpose because to try to avoid that heat,
Mhm.
and we haven't really had it. So we've been very fortunate.
Gotcha. And I guess how's it been going so far? You have good prospects for the new season?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a really good team. We're part of a feeder program for one of the top, definitely one of the top public high schools in California. Our quarterback was a 5 star. The varsity quarterback was a 5 star athlete. He was one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and we just have a really good pipeline. We're very fortunate to be where we are. We live in Folsom, California, which is a suburb of Sacramento. Most people have heard of Folsom Prison and Johnny Cash and all of that. I mean, that's definitely still a part of the town's culture. And we moved to Folsom. My family moved to Folsom in the early '90s. It was still definitely considered a cow town, um, and no one really wanted to be here. But over time, it's evolved into a desirable suburb, and academically, it's always been a strong school. And some people, depending on where you are in California and anywhere, I would say probably um, a lot of people pay for private school just because the public schools are so terrible, but that's not the case where we live. So we're very fortunate to have very strong public schools academically. And the bonus to that is, athletically, we're a sports family. And, athletically, they have strong basketball programs, strong football programs. Um, Baseball is definitely up and coming. Historically, they've been pretty good. My wife coaches softball, so we're definitely a sports family and definitely a community oriented family, just trying to have an impact. And I mean, we want to make sure our kids are taken care of, but at the same time, we want to have a strong impact on and a positive impact on the other kids that we're involved with.
Gotcha. And Clay, what's a fun family activity that you like to do on a week to week basis?
um, probably Fridays. We basically have like family game night slash movie night, and
Okay.
that's pretty fun. But it gets pretty out of hand because we're all competitive. So it's like we're all sports people. So it's like can't even have fun because it's like hold on now, that's not in the rule book. But it's like
Yeah.
all competitive.
You guys see any good summer movies this year?
Yeah, pretty good. Um, I know he has a favorite movie. We watched it like 6 times the minute he got it.
What's up?
But
Well, I wouldn't say favorite movie, but we watched Sinners. Um, Sinners was pretty good. The useless tidbit of information: when Ryan Coogler was coming out of high school, he was getting recruited by Sacramento State, where he eventually ended up in. But my older brother was a coach at UC Davis, which is like the rival school um, to Sac State, which is about 40 minutes outside of Sacramento, or at least out 40 minutes from where we live, across the county. And he ended up. My brother was recruiting Ryan Coogler, and he didn't obviously go to Davis, but he went to Sac State. So
Okay,
it's fun to have some sort of local connection. I mean, he's a Bay Area dude.
gotcha.
He came from Richmond and Oakland or whatever. But I like Sinners. I like Michael B. Jordan. I didn't see it as a horror movie, but it was just cool. It had some historical, a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. And so, just trying to share that with the kids. I wanted to
Gotcha.
go see Superman. I haven't been out to see that yet, but game nights, family game nights, they're fun, but they're terrible because you know somebody's gonna get upset. Um, Clay is super competitive. He definitely is a letter of the law kind of person, and so if
Hey, you got to hold them to it, Clay. Don't let them slip
oh
up.
he wears you out. He wears you out.
I was thinking about checking out the Superman movie as well because usually I kind of got some superhero fatigue, but then there's a channel that I follow that talks about symbolism and culture and different things like that. And I was like, okay, I might check it out just for this reason and being like, oh, okay. Like I would have never thought to see Superman in that way where it's like the outsider has to be integrated into the community in order to see like, okay, is he here with us or is he against us? And then like when other things come from the outside, the person that's been brought in has enough buy-in to where they're like, okay, I like this is home. This is what I can get with versus like, maybe Superman's like, I don't need you guys. Like
Yeah,
I can just take over everything myself.
yeah. No, I mean, that's what made me watch Sinners so many times. Was I kept looking up all the different like symbolisms and Easter eggs, and it was just a very interesting, uh, take all the different takes.
Mhm.
So I definitely I love movies. I definitely want to go see Superman. I probably won't be able to see it till the girls get back, but
Gotcha. I might check that out now that you guys mention it. So it's Sinners. That's what it's called.
yeah, Sinners. That's the latest Ryan Coogler movie, and I try to watch all of his movies, and then it's a cool time period too. I want to say it's in the 30s.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, so I just fun.
Cool. And I guess with the beginning of the year, it's like the school year starting, but then it's like the year's ending at the same time. Like, what are some things that you're looking forward to? I know we talked about football a little bit. Like, what if anything are you looking to get into yourself?
For me,
Yeah.
so unfortunately, I mean, we're in California. It's August 1st. I mean, we start school next Thursday.
Mm.
It just feels like it's too soon to go back to school. But so I mean, for me, I'm all we go back to school kicking and screaming. Just as an educator too, I'm going back to school full time this year,
Mhm.
and so I'm looking forward to just um, seeing where things end up. I mean, it's always a goal for me to help make sure the kids are off to a good start school wise. With my daughter up going into high school as a freshman, we want to make sure she has a strong academic start
Mhm.
and just making sure that she gets off to a good start. And then at the start of the new year is when the high school softball season starts. So we want to make sure that'll be we're anticipating that my daughter plays varsity softball. So it's just
Okay.
for me this year, it's about getting her off to a good start and getting Clay off to a strong finish.
Gotcha. So you guys do like the start of the school years goes from January to December, and then next January you're in the next grade.
No, so it's no, we start in August, so
Okay, okay,
it'll
gotcha.
you know traditionally a lot of schools, at least we used to start right after Labor Day,
Mm,
and now it feels like we go to school a month early, you
gotcha.
know.
Okay. But
But
I guess since we just celebrated 4th of July, you're probably looking to the next holiday, Clay. Like you've got what's next? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So you start being like, hey, I want this gift over here. Let me just start making out that list. Like what is something you're looking forward to?
Um, really, when school starts, it's like you're just like waiting for your break. So it's like you like mark your calendars for like, all right, you just got 1 month to get through, and then you got a break, and then it's
Yeah.
like, but then it's like we have this one break where it's like we'll have a break for a week, and then it's like we'll be right back, and then it's like we don't have another break until like 4 months, and then
Mm,
that's when school gets rough, and it's like you got to really be on all your work, or else it's you get behind. But I mean,
that's true.
that's about it. But yeah.
Are you enjoying the football going back to like padded practices, or how do you find that?
Um, I like hitting myself, so I mean this it doesn't really make me like hate football. I mean that's pretty much what I like about football.
Mm,
Um, I'm really just excited. We had a good group of kids and we had a good quarterback. We got everybody's good at every position, so I'm just like waiting to go get in our first game. It's just like
nice.
now we're just counting down the days.
That's awesome. I always feel fortunate to be part of a good team where it's like you're not the one that's has to be the sole superstar out there, and you're like, man, okay, it's getting rough out here. Like we could use
yeah,
a break, coach. Like, all right, I'm not gonna complain. It's like we're just gonna keep sweating and keep going, keep going, and keep going.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
we've got a strong team. This is probably the best football team that we've been a part of since we've been in this organization, and it's the cool thing about our football program is it's vertically integrated with the high school. So like the varsity coach, like the high school team, they're ranked. I saw some ranking. I don't know if it was 20th in the state or 20th in the country, but
Mm,
it's a high level football program. Well, the coach has a fourth grader or a fifth grader, and his son. So he's coaching the lowest level. He's coaching the junior peewees, which is the youngest group in the football program, the junior program,
okay.
and we're the midgets in the oldest program, the oldest age group. And
Mm,
so to have the varsity coach in the program being able to touch every kid, is it's just super valuable.
gotcha.
It'd be like Nick Saban coaching freshman football, you know.
Wow.
it's
I
just
guess
it's
it
just
is that
cool.
something is that something you're able to look forward to or see like do you notice the older players like when you go to the high school games like being what would you call it, like a middle schooler plays a middle schooler now?
Yeah, yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's a great. That's what's so cool about it. I mean, we wear the same colors as the high school program. When the
Mm,
high school team plays on Friday nights, I mean, you'll see kids in the junior program running amok on the track, and some kids are ball boys for the varsity game, and then it's the as much as the town has grown, that element of it is still kind of a small town where kind of everybody knows everybody, and so to have the coach at the high school know your son. I mean, he's known my kids since they were 6 and 7 years old. So it's been cool.
so what's the attire like, Clay? Do you have like anything that you like to do with your uniform? Do you have any rituals or like lucky socks you wear, anything like that?
Um, I'm a high sock person. I get clowned for it all the time, but I wear like long baseball socks or scrunch socks everywhere I go.
Okay.
And I mean, really, I mean, I just say it's for turf burn, but like really, I'm a baseball kid, so it's like I wear long socks every weekend for
Mm,
baseball. So it's like second nature to wear long socks for football. And I
yeah.
mean, really, if you ask me how many times I've gotten turf burn, I've never got it. So it's like I'm got
Oh,
the just staying with it.
Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it's a
Yep.
classic look, no matter what they tell you. It's like they might be hating on it now, but give it a little bit and they'll come back and be like, "Oh, he was onto something. Okay. Okay, we can see that now." Oh, awesome. I won't keep you guys too long. I just wanted to check in, get to meet you, heard great things about you, and just being able to see like the school years coming in, and there's just so much to look forward to. It feels much different being grown up, and like you kind of look forward to like it. I'd say watching you go through what you're going through now, it's almost like as adults, you get to relive your childhood to where you're like, oh, yeah, I do remember that. And then later on, you'll be able to look back on it and be like, had some good times. I'm still having good times now, but it's like you just get to enjoy different phases of life. And I'm glad you're getting into practices and being able to enjoy everything else that's you've got coming up. Lots of surprises ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
You're very welcome. If there's anything that I missed, feel free to chime in. It's always good to catch up with people. And one of the things I always try to do with this podcast is highlight everyday people. Like you've got a dad, you've got a son, and just seeing the dynamic, because sometimes we get so caught up in what's going on outside, we forget that our friends, our neighbors, we're all just doing life and we're going through the same things, having similar experiences. So it's good to catch up in a way that's kind of formal, and other times it's informal, but it's a good way to just remind people like, hey, we're all taking in a similar experience out here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the big thing for us is, I coach like last year, football wise, I coached, I was the head coach. And, name your sport, there's always an element of kind of daddy ball or favoritism or nepotism. And, that's kind of been highlighted with Dion and all the, Coach Prime and all of, the stuff with his kids. And so we try to, it can be a difficult dynamic to work through. This year, I'm not a head coach. And so the guy that we're coaching with is adamant about, dads that coach don't coach the position group of their kid, because people have cloudy vision with that. And so sometimes it can be a different dynamic. The kid, the player whose parent coaches can sometimes be a jerk or have behavior issues that maybe never get addressed, or do things that don't get it, that disrupt the cohesiveness of the team, and it doesn't get addressed. And so I'm grateful that has never been the case with my kids, and it's the same dynamic with my wife and my daughter. So that can be a difficult dynamic, but we're kind of always navigating that. And we have a lot of conversations on the back end about that. And I know it's hard. There have been times when if I'm upset about something, I go harder on my own kid than I do other kids, because I kind of overdo it because I don't want that dynamic exposed, so that can be a difficult dynamic.
Are you able to tell the difference, Clay, when your dad's in coach mode versus dad mode on the field or at home?
Sure, for sure. When he gets out of dad mode, I try to separate myself from him, because he goes, I ran a slant the other day and he's like boomsticked. Like, what do you mean boomsticked? He gets flashbacks. If you don't want to play scout safety, he'll play scout safety, and just get ready for Uncle Rico, because he gets all over the place.
That's a hilarious reference.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I always tease the kids and tell them that I have flashbacks during football season, and I don't know when they're coming, so you never know.
Yeah. It's funny. When you mentioned Uncle Rico, it took me back to Napoleon Dynamite. And I remember the first time I saw that movie in high school, I was like, I don't get it. But it's like that character, I was like, okay, I can identify with that. Someone that's like trying to go back to his prime, but it's like they made it all work.
Yep. No, that's a reference we've used every year. There's always a coach on the staff that, maybe he's a quarterback, or, tries to throw a ball like he's a quarterback, or, for me, I'm always trying to catch a ball. Like I try to catch everything one-handed. And the kids are like, oh, okay, coach, I see you. I'm like, man, please. I've been making plays since before you were born. Like I'm not new to this, and so just let them know. I'm like, hey, don't let the pear shape fool you, man. I can do this,
Well, awesome. I wish you guys both good luck in this school season, in this football season. And um, hey, before we know it, we'll be talking again. It might be championships. It might just be, hey, here's where we're at in the season. But thank you again for your time today. And it was a pleasure interviewing you both.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time and thanks for having us.
You're very welcome.